All right, we are back for another episode of Broadway and Ball.
So too.
You know, uh, I know, well, it's been like a little over 2 weeks now, but we got a lot more fun stuff to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
And yeah, so we're gonna get into
Starting
it
off
right
in the
here.
MLB.
Absolutely. So, if we're looking about what's happened since the last 2 weeks, we look at the current division leaders, especially in the National League. The Braves are still working really well right now. They're hot, but they've cooled down a little bit recently. But they are so consistent. Drake Baldwin's still popping off. Matt Olson's still going crazy, and they're still, I believe, 9 games ahead in the division, behind a very red hot Phillies team now. So I think they got to maybe watch out for them because they had a great month of May. I think they went 18-10, and that kind of was helped a lot by the MLB home run leader Kyle Schwarber. He got really hot toward the middle of the month, and June's his month, so he's historically done really well in June. So we'll see how that goes. The Brewers continue to lead the National League Central, and my Cubs just kind of went downhill the entire month. Yeah, just not good. But last night they got a really exciting win over the Athletics. The ninth inning where they were down three and they scored four in the bottom of the ninth. It was really fun to watch, and I honestly had no hope for them to win that game. So, yeah, I was pretty happy, and that division's really close again. But the Brewers are kind of, I think they have a 4.5 game lead now. The Cardinals, between fourth and second and last in the division, it's very, very close right now. Very competitive, and I'm hoping my Cubs maybe get a little hot now. And I'm hoping last night was kind of like the spark to get them going here. And last but not least, we'll talk about the NL West. The Dodgers continue to keep winning. Shohei's batting is starting to look a lot better, which I think is kind of a big reason why they're starting to maybe do a little bit better. That division's really competitive as well. The Diamondbacks are really hot too. I think they actually walked them off last night too. So I think the Dodgers are looking good, but they got to watch out because there's teams right behind them that they gotta look at. So you got anything on the American League there, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, AL's been stayed relatively the same. Obviously, we got Rays in the top. We got Guardians, Mariners. And then obviously now we have White Sox and Yankees kind of staying up there. They do have some key injuries. Obviously, Judge recently just got a stress fracture in his first rib. So he's expected to miss a lot of time. So that actually made him, we'll see, probably drop out of the MVP race for this season.
Mhm.
Probably meaning someone like a Bobby Witt, Jordan Alvarez, Ben Rice might get there first instead of Judge and Shohei sweeping yet again. And then also we see some other stuff, such as, Rays really have been pretty healthy and consistent throughout, so they really have no major injuries. Guardians have had some minor ones, but I think the injuries is the biggest key in this current AL race of just which teams are going to be able to stay consistent. Can the Yankees stay consistent without Judge? Can the White Sox stay consistent without Murakami? So I think those are the biggest keys. It's going to be a relatively tight race in the AL, but yeah, I think injuries are the biggest play here right now.
Yeah, especially when you get to like the middle of a season as well. You even talk about the Rays. They're really healthy, but if you look right now, they are extremely cold. They're kind of still giving the Yankees an opportunity to take over the division. Um, I think they're 2-8 in their last 10.
Yeah,
Um, they are only half a game over the Yankees now, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they just got swept by the Tigers.
I'm
And
pretty
the
sure. Yeah.
Tigers were tied for the worst record in the MLB, and they swept the team that had the best record in the American League at the time. So, but like you said, key injuries from Aaron Judge and Murakami, both out 4 to 6 weeks. And to be honest with you, I think Murakami's injury is a bigger impact on their team than
Judge. I
Yankees.
agree.
And I'm not saying that Aaron Judge is not as good. It's just they have a guy like Ben Rice that can just step up and
No,
he
they
can
have. I think
really
the
well.
Yankees are a lot more of a deep team, so they have a lot more players that can step up and get those hits when they need to. Obviously, they've also been struggling with Stanton, and then Fried have had some little stuff. But overall, the Yankees as a whole have always been such a deep team, and they have so many guys who can step up. When the White Sox have been, Murakami's been their guy. So
Yeah.
plus, I mean, the Yankees still have Cam Schlittler, who is still the top pitcher Some may say in the entire MLB. I would say that, but not everyone.
Uh, I
I
have a
think.
different opinion. I think I have a different opinion on
I
that.
mean, I
It's
think
MLB.
he's going to be the obvious AL Cy Young
Oh,
candidate,
yeah.
him or Jacob DeGrom. But I mean, I still think Schlittler has been phenomenal in all the games he's been playing.
I think the one guy, or maybe two guys, I'd say that are better than Schlittler right now. I think my current best pitcher in the MLB is Christopher Sanchez. Dude has the best ERA in the
In
league.
the
He
Phillies,
just
yeah.
had a 50.2 no runs allowed streak, which is like an MLB record over like 100 years or something. A Phillies record. I think it's fourth all time now. Uh,
Yeah.
he has a. I think it's his ERAs. I want to say like 1.47, or I think it's lower than that because he just played the other day. He's second in the league in strikeouts. The only other guy that maybe could be better than Schlittler, which I think would be Jacob Mizorowski on the Brewers.
I mean,
He
yeah, those
has
are the two top guys in the NL, obviously. So,
yeah, and Mizorowski, he's just a strikeout crazy. I think he leads the league by quite a bit right now. He pumps in 103 casually. It seems like at this point. So
no, I mean, I think last time I checked, he was like 100 and something strikeout, like 108, I think. And
yeah,
I mean, his ERA, I mean, let me I think it was like 1.6
yeah,
something,
that's
which is
fast.
absolutely bonkers. And he leads in whip too. So, I mean, I think him or I think Schlittler or a cap. Hold up, just butchered that name. And Sanchez are definitely those top guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, it's great to have a guy like on a pitching staff that can just you can bring him in and be like, yeah, he like it's almost a guaranteed win. Like
Yeah,
even when I saw a lot of things online where like, oh, who's gonna win the National League Pitcher of the Month? Because you had Mizorowski who only allowed one run and had like the best like strikeouts, whip, everything else, and then you had Sanchez who didn't even allow a single run in the month of May, and
yeah,
his were slightly less as good. But like it's insane how dominant pitchers can be now, especially in like today's MLB. You look at the average MLB batting average today. I think it's like the lowest in a very long time. They're saying it's like 240. I think the
yeah.
average batting
That's
average, which
insane.
is kind of insane.
Yeah, it's less than
Yes.
1 for 4,
Yeah,
like which is insane. Like it's less than every four at bats getting one hit is the average.
I know. It's
Yeah,
just crazy. And I feel like you even look at the best players in the league right now. Some of, I'd say quite a bit of them have like a 240 batting average. Like, and
yeah,
they're still like great. They're slugging. You look at like we were talking about how Murakami has a giant impact on the White Sox. The two other big batters on their team, you look at Colson Montgomery and Miguel Vargas, who each have 15 homers, and they have like a crazy amount of RBIs. I think they're both above 30 now. But I think their batting average is like 230, like 230,
I mean
220s.
Judge
And
is
it's like,
248,
yeah,
which like
exactly.
was like the clear MP candidate, and he's
Yeah.
hitting a 248. Obviously, this Ben Rice is hitting like I think point 0.3,
He's,
but I mean,
yeah.
if you look at these guys who are like the top of the league, I mean, they're really not batting anything like spectacular in comparison to most. Like Bobby Witt's hitting 281.
Mhm.
Like obviously Bobby Witt without Judge is probably going to be the like bigger MVP candidate. Him and Rice are kind of the two top ones now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think even then, like 281 is obviously a phenomenal batting average. Not going to say that, but I mean, it's that's the best in the league, right? Like he's like the for the best players in the league in comparison to like in the past is definitely dropping off.
Yeah. And like you were saying, like Bobby Witt, I think a big reason why he could definitely pull away with this is his defense as well. Like, and you have a guy that can play insane defense and then be able to hit 280, which is well above league average now. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that his team isn't that great, um,
Yeah,
but
which we'll see if they take team success into account when they pick
yeah.
who the MVP is. Because I think if they do take team success, I think someone like Ben Rice is going to have a better chance at winning. Because I think when it comes to success of the team, obviously the Yankees are always a good like contender candidate. However, is Ben Rice's impact on his team bigger than what Bobby Witt's doing for him? And I personally don't think so. I think Bobby Witt's more vital to his team than Ben Rice is.
Yeah, and I think it's just because they have guys like Aaron Judge and a lot of other um, really good
Cody
at bats.
Bellinger.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with who's better. It's who makes a bigger impact on their team and who needs them more. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's not. It shouldn't be most valuable player playing for the best team.
hmm
It should be most valuable player to their team.
exactly.
And I mean, Yankees again. They have Goldschmidt, Chisholm. I mean, they have all these different batters who can step up when they need to. Obviously, Stanton's hurt right now, but when he is playing at his best, Stanton can be that impact player. So I think when they have so many guys that can kind of feed off of, then sometimes it's even then their stats get boosted because of the better team. So like if you're seeing someone like a Bobby Witt getting comparable stats with a worse team, then it shows that he's actually performing for his team better. Because like I mean you'll get more RBIs if your team's better because you'll have more people on base to send home.
Yeah.
I mean I think I mean there's not as many people that Witt has on the Royals to really help elevate him like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I was gonna ask you, Matt, if there's one team to watch for maybe, I don't know, the next month, or a team that you expect to maybe get hot or it's looking like they can make an impact in their division or something, do you have a team specifically that maybe you should keep an eye on as a viewer?
A team that I have always thought is good, who's kind of been off to a slow start right now, is the Blue Jays. I think
Mm.
they're currently fourth in the AL East, but I mean, the Blue Jays are a loaded roster. They have plenty of talent that they need, and they're going through, I mean, a little bit of a rough stretch, but I think I definitely expect a big bounce back from the Blue Jays in this, second half of the season.
Okay, yeah, no, I think I agree with that, especially with, um, their hitting has been like on and off, but I could see them getting better for sure. I think it's also they've just had a really weird season so far.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes you just have to kind of get in the groove, and I feel like once you kind of hit your stride toward the middle of the season, it kind of very much helps carrying through into the uh, end of the season and hopefully in the playoffs. But you're right, they got off to a
They've had a
really
rough stretch of injuries too. I mean, I think
yeah
so. I think if they're able to get healthy quick enough, then they're probably going to, maybe make a push for the playoffs. We'll see. But
yeah. And the thing is, my team that I would say to watch, I kind of already mentioned this, and I'm not just saying this as a Kyle Schwarber fan, but I think the Phillies are definitely a team that's really hot right now, and I think people are just not paying attention because their record's barely over 500. But keep in mind, they had the worst record in the MLB like a month and a half ago, or whenever
yeah,
that was. So, and they've had a pretty tough schedule. I think they just lost a series to the Dodgers recently, but it wasn't like they got blown out. I mean, their pitching has been amazing. Not just we're talking about Sanchez, we're talking about like Wheeler, who came off the IL to start the season. He's been really efficient. And you look at guys like Jesus Luzardo, Aaron Nola's kind of like he's been okay, but I think he could definitely get better, especially with their upcoming schedule here. They play the White Sox starting today, so I think that'll be a very interesting series for them. But like I said, they're 9 games behind in the division, but I feel like the Braves are like they've been about like 500 the last 10 games or something, and the Phillies have been really hot. Their hitting looks a lot better and more complete around the entire lineup. And just based off their schedule, I think they're a team to watch, especially in the month of June. They had a really good May, so I think they were 18-10, which is top five record in May. So I
yeah,
think it's a really important team to watch going into um, the summer here. So yeah,
yeah.
is there anything else you
So
have?
next up, we have our favorite blind ranking game. So obviously, Jack and I give each other a topic. We only give a small hint of what it is, and then we're going to do a blind rank of what we think of the categories. So I did animated as my thing. What do you think it's going to be? It's not that hard, but
I'm guessing it's animated movies.
it's going to be
Right?
characters actually
Characters. Okay, but from okay, no,
from
that
animated
makes sense.
movies.
That makes.
Yeah. Your
Do you want
first
to start then?
yeah, I can start it up. First out of
Oh.
five is going to be Sully from Monsters Inc.
I'm a big Sully fan. I'm a big Sully fan. Uh, but then again, don't know where you're gonna go with this. So I'm gonna safely put him at 3.
At 3.
He's my
Okay.
dog.
Your next is going to be Jack Jack from The Incredibles. You can take one
Okay.
or two. Like that doesn't. Or just take him from the whole thing. Actually, all the Incredibles movies. Jack Jack.
Okay. Um, Jack Jack's cool. I don't think he's better than Sully in my opinion. But again, bro, that's my
Whoa.
opinion. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. No. No. That's
Sully,
fine. That's
bro,
fine.
Sully is so much better. Is that the
That's
scare
fine. That's
record?
fine.
Come on.
No, that's fine. I mean, say what you want. You can
Uh,
use your wrong
I'm
opinion
gonna
any
say,
day.
I'm gonna put. You know what? I'm gonna put him at 5. I'm gonna put him at 5. Okay. You messed with me on this list. I'm gonna be.
Hating on The Incredibles is actually diabolical work. That's
Nope.
fine.
I'm
That's
just
fine. You
saying.
know
I
what?
gotta
No,
prepare
that's
for the
fine. That's
future.
fine. Next up, you have Remy from Ratatouille.
Oh, great one. Oh, yes. Okay. He's gonna
I
be
mean,
one or two.
Remy's a goat.
He's gonna be one or two. I don't know if there's anyone that I think you're gonna put down that's better than him. Like it's not that there isn't anyone better. It's just I don't know if you're gonna say anyone that's better than him. Because there's a very small list in my opinion, for my personal opinion. So you know what? I'm gonna actually put him at 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna put him at 1. I'm gonna get 1 and 5 out of the way early here.
So now you have Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story.
Okay, so this is actually fine. I actually like this. I actually like Remy better than him. So it's not.
Okay.
It's great that I didn't take him at 1. Do I think how much better do I think he's better than Sully though? And I don't know what you're gonna finish off with. So you know what? I'm gonna put him at 2. I'm just gonna have to hope
Okay.
that number 4 is not too terrible. But
You're not going to be happy with number 4.
okay,
This is not it. This might have ruined your list right here. I think you had a decent list.
can I give a
But
guess for this
Lightning
list? Yeah,
McQueen.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. And guess what? I'm actually not upset with that. I will actually.
Diabolical work.
I think he's a great character. I think he's awesome. But I also love Remy a lot. I
Okay.
I like
Okay.
Buzz Lightyear, and
Yeah.
I think the only thing I would maybe change is put Lightning McQueen at 3 and switch Sully, or maybe put him
Sully.
at 4, maybe at 2. So I
Okay.
don't think it's that interchangeable for me. I don't think I'd put him at 1. I like
I thought
Remy.
it was a pretty good list. I think for
Yeah,
me, Sully would be in my 5 if I'm being honest. I'd have Jack
really.
Jack. No, yeah.
Okay.
Like
I,
Sully
I
kind of
I'm
overrated.
glad with having Jack Jack at 5. Like I'm great with that. Like, and that's just my personal
Jack
opinion.
Jack, absolute legend. I don't know if
He
you've
is.
ever seen the extra on the discs. And back when we actually had DVDs, back in the day,
Mhm.
of the extra of the Jack Jack and the babysitter. But
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
that's a
And
peak short.
she's
Like that is
exhausted.
that is fire. So I
She's just
think
she's just dying. Like I remember seeing that. She's like,
yeah, she
oh,
sets her on fire. I mean, so there's that. I personally I like Remy at 2.
yeah.
I would put Lightning at 1 and then Buzz at 3.
Mm,
So
yeah. No, I could definitely see Lightning at 1. Personal opinion, I like Remy better, but
that's fair. That's
but
fair.
that's
I
just a
mean,
personal opinion. Ugh.
love Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um.
so Jack.
So but obviously, what I told you ahead of time, mine was movies. Do you have a guess to what it could be specifically?
Is it like Oscar winning movies?
So it's actually movie trilogies. Um,
Ooh,
you'll be ranking
okay.
movie trilogies now.
Trilogies. I got
I have
you.
a good list here. So you ready? So number
Yes.
1, we're going to start off with The Hobbit, not The Lord of the Rings.
Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
Okay, Hobbit number 1 was fire, but the other 2 were kind of buns if you actually read the book. Because, like, a lot of people were like, oh, it's so good. They didn't actually read the book if they thought that was good. I'm putting it at 5.
Okay. Okay.
Because as someone who's actually read all of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, it's 5.
Okay. Okay. Number 2, we're gonna go with the Star Wars trilogy, the first 3. So not the original old trilogy,
The
but 1,
prequels.
2, the prequels.
I actually just rewatched the prequels, and I will
Uh,
say, first and the third are amazing movies. Second one, besides the final fight, is not great. I'm not gonna lie,
The second one's a
but
hard transition
yeah, I
between one.
think George Lucas was not good at like romance stuff. It was like
Yeah.
the Anakin and all that. But I'm gonna put those at gonna put it at 3 because I think there's better stuff out there, but I think that it is a very solid. And I think the third of those movies is maybe the best Star Wars movie that is out there currently.
Absolutely.
Like,
It's my favorite one. Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's okay. So you have 3 and 5 taken here. Number 3 is the Toy Story trilogy 1 through 3, not 4, and not the upcoming one
Dang.
this month. Number
So
3.
I have one.
You
What do
have
I
one,
have?
two, and four.
1, 2, and 4. You know what? I'm gonna put it at 4, just because I think that I thought 1 and 3 were really good. I did not like Toy Story 2. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Like I thought there were elements of it that were good, but I honestly like 2 kind of ruined the trilogy for me.
Okay.
But
That's you.
I think 3. So I love Lotso, bro.
Lots
Lotso,
of
great
yeah.
villain.
Lots
Like
of
it's a good movie. But I'm gonna say 4. I like that.
yeah. You gonna be seeing Toy Story 5 at all, Matt? Or
Probably not. I mean, I might. I'll probably
I
will.
might have to see it just because why not? If I've seen the other
Yeah,
four.
I'll probably watch it at some point, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right. Number 4 here I have on this is the. So you have 1 and 2 left, right? The OG Star Wars trilogy.
Okay. I'm banking on you either saying The Godfather or Lord of the Rings as the final thing, because those are the only trilogies that I would put above this. And because because honestly, the two I'm okay, because Star Wars would be back to back, right? In the
You'd
way I
have
ranked it.
your prequel at 3, OG
Yeah,
at.
so I'm good with that. So I'll put it at 2.
Okay, yeah, you messed up.
No, what
Yeah.
did you say?
See, I set you up. I was gonna make him think. I was like, oh, okay, I'm actually gonna mess him up, just like you did to me last time with Ella Langley last week or 2 weeks
Oh,
ago. I
what'd you do?
had to. I just
What did
had
you
to.
do? What did you do?
Um, yeah, I think this one might be at 5. Like this is gonna be. I did. Well, actually, I don't think it'd be 5, but it definitely is not number 1. Despicable Me.
Chalky.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, you know what? Despicable Me 1 and 2 were fire movies. I low-key mess with 2. Like, El Macho, great villain. But then Despicable Me 3, that was buns. That movie
Yeah.
is so cheeks. But you know what? I'm okay with it, you know?
No, you're not okay with it at
I'm
one.
okay.
No, no, you're not. No, you're
I'm,
not.
I'm okay with the list.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
Okay, Hobbit would still be 5 for me.
Yeah,
I
and that's
think
what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think Despicable Me
at
would be at
4.
my 4.
Yeah.
And then honestly, you can just bump everything up 1. And I think that I'd be happy with that list.
Okay, yeah. So, not terrible until the very end. I'll say that if you kind of kept 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe moved it up 1,
I
that would be a
genuinely did think you were
reasonable.
gonna give me Lord of the Rings, but like I should have known since you gave me Hobbit that you wouldn't go Lord of the Rings.
Well, I thought maybe I'd set you up by having both Star Wars, and then maybe you think, oh, maybe I'll do the other Lord of the Rings one. So
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, that's all right.
that was a fun one. That
We
was
live and
fun.
we learn.
All right, let's get back into sports now. Now that we don't know how to talk about anything else outside of it, let's talk about the NHL Stanley Cup. We had a very exciting game two again after a very exciting game one. Series is tied up 1-1 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes. And what's really surprising is that both games, the team that lost was up 2-0 at some point. I, I
I mean,
don't know
I
what to
think
tell a
this has
team.
been a really evenly matched series. They've
Oh,
both
yeah.
scored 8 goals total. They both again had the largest lead of 2 goals that they both sold. I mean, and I think both of them have been 1 goal games that kind of go down to the wire, have been tight games. I mean, obviously, you see Seth Jarvis was the one yesterday who kind of pulled it off in overtime. Uh, and then you kind of see, Nikolaj Ehlers for the Hurricanes has been kind of their best guy. Obviously, he had 2 goals in game one, even though that really hasn't didn't really mean that much, even though he kind of was that explosive weapon for them that you saw early on in the series. I mean, Frederick Anderson last night had a phenomenal game, had 23 saves in game two. But then obviously, also, you're looking over and you see, like, I mean, Thomas Hurdle was the big clutch guy for the Golden Knights. Golden Knights have been hot recently. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't think anybody expected what they did in last round of the playoffs, an absolute sweep of the Avalanche,
I
who the
know.
Avalanche were one of the hottest teams in hockey, and absolutely sweeping them was pretty insane. Uh, so I think it's just something. I mean, Hurricanes gentlemen sweep, but still, I mean, I think this is going to be a really tight series. I don't know who you personally have. I personally am rooting for the Hurricanes because I don't like Vegas.
Mm.
And I personally do think the Hurricanes are the better team and will come out with the win, even with the Golden Knights being as hot as they are.
Yeah. I remember last episode I was talking about how the Avalanche would maybe win 5 games, or 6 games, but I right now I think the Vegas Golden Knights might be the team that might take it away, and it's just like what you were mentioning. They're very hot right now. The Hurricanes have been hot too. They've dominated pretty much every series they've played in as well. Um, but I don't know, when you sweep the Avalanche, they were the number one overall, number one seed, right? If I'm not mistaken, full on swept them. Yeah, I just don't see how. I think it'll go deep. I think it might go to like 6 games, maybe 7. Uh, but whoa, whoa, what? Oh, don't think about it. And But like I said, they're just a very very hot team. They lost last game, but I don't know. They're both. It's a very evenly matched series.
And I
That's
think that's the thing is, at least for as an NHL fan myself, when you're not a fan of either team, that's what you want. You want a series that's going to be tight. Obviously, if you're one of the fans of the teams, you want it to be a sweep. Like, duh. But I
no.
think it's going to be a very tight series. I think both teams are evenly matched. I think both teams have guys that can step up. They're both very deep teams. I think that's the thing that I was talking about last episode that Vegas had the best out of any team is how deep they are. That they
Yeah.
have so many guys who can do it. Carolina obviously has their top guys, but I mean, even then, like Savenchikov has really not done much. Aho really hasn't done much, and you've seen guys. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to act like Nikolaj Ehlers is not like a very top tier player because he is. I mean, he had 26 goals throughout the season, 45 assists. But I mean, he's not like the greatest player on the team, but he's the one who's stepping up for them. So I think that's going to be the key to the series is which depth pieces are able to step up in a different way. And as well as seeing the goalies step up because I mean, I think both have very good goalies. I mean, obviously for the Golden Knights they have Carter Hart who's been phenomenal recently. And then in the other side we have Frederick Anderson who had 23 saves last night. So
Yeah.
I think, I mean, both goalies are going to be phenomenal. And obviously, both goalies are doing a good job of keeping the games relatively close. I mean, they've been relatively high scoring, but still, I don't know what you think, but what's your
Yeah.
key?
I think it's just nerves. I think. I don't know. I feel like you said, these goals are really good, but they've allowed a lot of goals through the first 2 games. But like I said, I think it's just nerves, and it's like, um, I don't know. It's really early. But at the same time, you're talking about like Carter Hart. I remember watching him in Philadelphia. He's definitely got a lot better since then. And like I said, I guess we're just gonna have to see. I think both these offenses have been pretty good as well.
Yeah,
So when you have two Titans just clash at each other, someone's got to make mistakes. So
agreed.
is there anything else you got, man, on that? I know it's just.
I think one thing is if Braden McNabb is actually going to be out
Mm,
for the Golden Knights as one of their top defensive men. He has 7 points in the playoffs so far, and seeing who can actually fill that role off kind of like for the Golden Knights of having another, mid to top defensive men position. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously on their team, he's one of the top, but seeing if they can fill that in. But I think that's all I would have for the NHL, at least at this current moment.
Yep. All right. Then we'll get into my top quad list of the episode. I cannot make the little note cards today, but I have it written down here. So today's topic, we got the best mascots in all of sports. And yeah, I gotta admit, this was kind of tough to make at first. Because you have to go through every single one. You talk about like the reasons why. Um, and I kind of did it based on an overall basis, not just of like how popular they are, but also like the things they do, the things that embody the spirit and life of a mascot, for a team. So
And are
we're
you doing only pro teams, or are you doing?
pretty much, yeah, pretty much all
Okay,
pro teams.
got you.
So
Got you. I
I
didn't know
will.
if you're going to be throwing in some like banana slugs at all.
Oh no, we're not throwing in banana slugs. Uh, but we're gonna start off with the honorable mention. Got to give one out because this is tough. Got to give it to Gritty from the Flyers. Yeah,
Gritty's an honorable mention.
yeah, yeah. You're gonna see this.
What?
Oh no, you got to see this list.
I
You
thought.
got
Oh, okay. No, this is gonna be it. I thought
honorable
Gritty was
mention.
gonna be.
He's
I
one of
thought
my favorites.
I
He's
thought
one of
Gritty
my
was
favorites.
top two minimum.
He's one of my favorites.
No, but let's hear it. Let's hear it. I'm
So
ready.
number four here. I did this one based because of his social media popularity, the things that this mascot's done. Very hilarious, especially for a team that isn't too great, in my opinion, obviously. I did Blue, the horse from the
Okay.
Colts.
Yep, that's a good
He's
pick.
a great, he's really funny. Dude knows how to put on a show for his crowd, right? And I think he just had to be on the four. I think he just had to be above Gritty. I love Gritty. I think he's way funnier. I just feel like Blue's impact is what kind of put him over.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I think if you've seen the clips of Blue in the against little kids,
yeah,
like it's actually the funny
and him in the face too, you
like
know?
he will stiff arm in like the
Yeah.
mascot versus.
I saw it, yeah. He has no mercy. Like he out there, he's playing, he's bodying these little kids, you know? Um,
Is the Kansas City Wolf gonna be on here?
we'll
The one
see.
who's in jail right now?
Not that one. Uh, but number three. Now this is not a direct mascot for its team, but
Okay.
these are mascots that participate in the team's events.
Okay.
Um, the Racing Sausages on the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, number three. And you're like, whoa, well, this isn't a team specific one, but have you seen how competitive those races are and how like they just be slamming into each other? Yeah.
Those gotta be rigged though.
Yeah, it's got to, but like they're all well themed completely. They're authentic to the team city. Nah, yeah, you really just disappointed though.
I disagree, but keep going. Keep going.
They're authentic to the team city. I'd keep that into account, right? Like it's well themed to their team and their city.
Okay.
And the entertainment wise is really good. They race each other in these giant like things that the people have to wear for the mascots. I think that's pretty cool. Um, and I'll tell you why I have them over Blue and Gritty. So obviously they're a lot more funnier. Like I can't even deny that. But I just think entertainment wise, in terms of like what people want to see, uh, and I'm not saying like making fun of people, but I'm saying like I don't know. They look stupid and dumb, and I think that's kind of a reason why it's funny to watch them race.
Okay. That's
You
fair.
know,
Yeah, that's chill.
it has nothing to do with them
I
as an
disagree, but it's chill.
individual mascot. Okay, I honestly could have put them at four maybe, but I had to think in the moment. I had to think over time. Number
Yeah, I
two,
get you.
number two. I have Benny the Bull.
Okay,
Uh, the Bull.
that should be on there.
You
That's a
see
good
him
pick.
in the stands with the bag of popcorn. He's just dumping on people like he doesn't care. Um, you see him on the bounce. He hits half court shots crazy. I mean, you look at
Yeah.
the mascot in Denver too. I know he does a lot as well. But Benny the Bull. I mean,
No, I respect that pick.
what else could you ask for a
Phenomenal
basketball
pick.
mascot? Um, he's just a goof. Uh, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing else said. I think he's clearly better than the three I said before this. So I
Yeah.
think he's number two. Now
He's one of
number
the only ones who deserves it. Yeah.
Number one, I think you know this one. I hope you know this one. I think this is the undeniable number one. I don't think you could possibly put any other mascot here, like any other mascot, and that is the one and only Philly Fanatic.
Yep,
Um,
good pick.
the dude, you do see what he did on Mother's Day?
Yeah,
Did you see what he did on Mother's Day this year?
I have not actually no.
His mom was on the field, Mama Philly Fanatic, and he literally, without any regrets, just trucked her,
Bang.
like body slammed her to the ground. He goes on, he drives the giant golf cart. He stands on the dugout. He's literally everywhere. The dude has the craziest impact by a mascot I've ever seen. He's funny looking. Like you can't even explain what he is. He
Yeah.
he he doesn't even speak. He's got the little confetti whatever thing out of his mouth. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think just
No, I agree with that. I think the only thing I would say is you bump Gritty into that top and then bump out the whatever those sausages are.
sausages. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Now that I'm speaking on it, but
I think sausages
it
and
was more it
parmesan
was more of an
is a
in the moment thing. It
I
was
think
in the
sausages and
moment.
honorable mention isn't a bad pick. You don't
Yeah,
put those guys in there, but
it was in the moment.
I get you.
I just wanted to have a little bit more of a diverse top four here. So, based off the list I gave you, I have Blue at number four. I have the Racing Sausages at number three. Number two is Benny the Bull. Number one being Philly Fanatic. And that is the top quad of the week.
So
Um,
going
so yeah,
into now a little transition over into what has been recently happening in the NFL.
yeah, a
So
lot
I
of
have
stuff since.
we saw some big signings recently. We've seen some big trades recently. We've seen some early OTA stuff. So Jack's gonna get into the biggest trade in a little bit. I was gonna go into some like big extensions that did happen. So we saw the Falcons get Drake
Mm,
London on a 4-year, $141 million contract, one of the biggest contracts for a wide receiver in the league. I think for the Falcons, phenomenal. Drake London, great young receiver, helps kind of keep that kind of young core going in Atlanta.
yeah,
Packers did something that I currently think is a horrendous
I
overpay.
think it's horrendous overpaid too.
4 years,
I'm a Bear fan.
$110.5 million extension for the one and only Christian Watson. I think that is a horrendous overpay. I think Christian Watson's good, but he's a wide receiver two at best.
Yeah, I was gonna
Like
say, yeah, he's not even a one.
he does
That's
not
like what,
deserve.
27 a year?
I mean, I think the Packers fans will do everything to convince you that having five wide receiver two to threes is better than having a clear wide receiver one for no reason at all.
Yeah.
We saw Jackson Smith and Jigba get a new contract, 4-year,
Mm,
168.6. The Seattle route artist
well
getting his
deserved.
money,
Well deserved.
and then or the not it's the what Crystal City route artist. What's the
Emerald City.
Emerald City? My
Yeah.
bad. We have Will Anderson Jr. on the Texans, well deserved, 3-year, $150 million extension, one of the largest contracts ever for a defensive player.
Hmm.
We saw Trayvon Walker get a 4-year, $110 million extension for the Jaguars. Again, very well deserved.
Yeah.
Um, then we see in the other side, we saw some kind of standouts currently that we've seen. Jalen Waddle on his new team in OTAs currently. He's been standing out a lot for the Broncos. They've been seeing George Halonai is getting a lot of first team reps for the Seattle Seahawks, which is a big turning of heads
Mm,
considering they just drafted a running back.
yeah.
And then also for my favorite team, you see the return of Odell Beckham Jr. to New
Yeah.
York. We see Juju Smith-Schuster coming to New York. And then we got Braxton Berrios, but who's if we were in 2018, we'd have the greatest wide receiver core to ever exist. I think I think Odell is going to be great for like morale of the city. We're gonna have to see how he actually is physically and how many reps he's actually going to be getting. But as a Giants fan, seeing Odell back on the team, makes you a little happy, a little nostalgic. But I think now coming into the big news of what Jack has,
Yeah.
starting off with the Myles Garrett trade.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other day, Myles Garrett goes over from Cleveland to the LA Rams for Jared Verse, a 2027 first, a 2028 second, and a 2029 third. Um, and I don't know how I feel about this. Like, it's great for Myles Garrett, in my opinion. What do you have to say, Matt? Nah, I want to
I
hear
was
you.
gonna say that first round pick is going to turn into a second real quick because that's going to
Yeah,
be a late first unless something
I
changes with the
know.
Rams. I think obviously you I don't know. I think it's a decent package for Myles Garrett considering he wanted out. I think Jared Verse is a great edge. I mean, I
100%.
think there was speculation now that even Aaron Donald might come out of retirement. That's a different story.
Yeah, I
But
saw.
I think I do think I don't know why you wouldn't shop Myles Garrett around to like every team and just see what they offer you because
Hmm.
it kind of felt like they just kind of took one of like the first offers that they got, which obviously Jared Verse does refill the gap that Myles Garrett left, but I kind of feel like the picks that they got really aren't much. It really feels like a straight up Jared Verse for Garrett trade. I mean, obviously you get pretty much
Yeah,
uh, I mean, a couple seconds because of the first round pick. I mean, Rams have MVP quarterback, phenomenal offense. I mean, you got Puka running it. You have Kyron Williams. You have some phenomenal pieces, a really good O line, and then obviously your defense is just getting bolstered with the last year's DPOI. I mean, obviously, if Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, who knows what's. I mean, that's still
yeah.
speculation. But if he does, holy cow. I mean,
That'd be,
people are literally going to be terrorized by this team. And I really think that that pick's not going to be worth anything. So
yeah.
I think it's just, you know,
I think I agree with you. I think they could have got a better trade package. I think the Browns should have asked for more, in my opinion. I think they should have asked for two firsts. And I get Jared Verse is great. He's great
yeah,
and he's young. The dude has not had a season over 7.5 sacks. I think
agreed.
if you wanted to really consider it, they could have instead of Verse, if they wanted to get a better guy now, I would say they could have maybe got out and got Byron Young from the Rams instead. Dude had 12 and a half this last year, I believe. I know he's a couple years older, but I feel like they could get him, and then maybe they could punch in another first that might be more valuable, maybe 2028, 2029. But again, I
Agreed.
think Jared Verse is a really good player, especially for their future. But again, I think they should have got another first. I think at least another first.
I think aiming for a pick that you would assume that Matthew Stafford is retired by is something that could have been a better play.
Yeah,
Just because I think when you have someone who's literally coming off of an MVP season, I mean, unless there's a like huge fall off or an injury, like he's still going to be performing at a very high level, and they're gonna make I mean, at least again, if they stay healthy, a deep run into the playoffs. So
yeah. You could tell the Rams are win now. Like they're not. They trade
yeah,
every first round pick almost. So,
yeah,
yeah, they're definitely in a win now mentality. And talking about Matthew Stafford, he did get that 1 year, $55 million extension as well. So,
agreed. Yeah,
um, but like I said, I think the Browns should have just asked for more. Clearly, I definitely think they could have. I just think that I don't know which side would have not done it, but I think they should have at least got another first. And I'm not saying that because Verse is not as good. I'm saying that as in like they could have. Myles Garrett's just that good. Like he's
agreed.
the defensive player of the year, and he
I
is
mean,
like
yeah,
he's in his prime, and it seems like it's been that for a couple of years. And I think he still has a year or two in his prime left, in my opinion. And
100%. I mean,
especially, I just I think that when the season starts, when you have Garrett on one side, and Young on the other side, like one of those dudes is just gonna have a flat out insane season, and the Browns are missing out on both of them. So,
yeah,
Versus is gonna have a harder time adapting to a Browns
Cleveland.
team that you can't really. They're gonna double team him. Like they were doing that
I
to
mean,
Garrett,
yeah,
but Garrett can't do that right now.
like Miles Garrett was getting double teams doing this stuff last
Yeah,
year, and now with Byron, like I think Byron Young with this could have a huge year
and that's what
because
I'm saying.
if two people hop over, and then obviously if Aaron Donald comes back, I mean, like even though he's a little out of his obviously he's a little out of his prime, like this dude still used to in his last year demand two people to defend him. So if you have
Yeah.
two guys getting double teamed, I mean, if you blitz like three, oh no, if you blitz three, then like that's already everybody on the O line blocking someone.
Yep.
So I mean, I think that's just the thing is that if you have an insane pass rush, then it also just opens up all different aspects of your defense. Because when you can rush 3 to 4 and put pressure on the quarterback and then drop everyone back in cover, it makes your entire defense so much more dynamic.
Mhm. Absolutely. And like you said, Myles Garrett's great. I think he's going to be great for the Rams. I think he's a great pickup. I think they got him for good value, considering that they didn't have to give up another
100%.
first.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Byron Young is the guy to watch next year because I think
Mhm.
they're going to be more focused on Myles Garrett and that entire stacked Rams defense. And when you, like you said, you're double teaming two dudes, that means one offensive lineman has to deal with three guys rushing in from the middle. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to see. But like I said, Byron Young, I think is a guy that I think he'll be a lot better to watch this year. And I think it was great to see him play. I got to see him play against Tennessee during the regular season, and he did really good. So, like I said, I think he had 12 and a half this year. I would say I wouldn't be surprised if you see him at like that 14 mark. Like, I because they're putting less pressure on him. They even had Jared Verse on the other side. They were they weren't double teaming as much, but like they're definitely going to double team Myles Garrett more than whatever they did to Jared Verse. I think it gives Byron Young a bigger opportunity. Just I think he's a guy you need to watch next year. Is there
Mm.
anything else you got to add to the NFL here, Matt?
I don't think so. I think you had wanted to talk a little bit about the Madden cover with Caleb Williams, but
Yes. Um, yeah, so the other day we saw the first look at the um, normal copy of the Madden 27 cover. Caleb Williams is on the cover. My quarterback here for the Chicago Bears. And the thing I'll have to say is that I'm a little confused by why they did it so early. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying compared to the other athletes, he has a lot more to accomplish, in my opinion. He could definitely accomplish more. He did take us to the playoffs for the first time, um, you know, and I think that's great. But uh, this is his third year. Uh, his third year in the league now, going into this fall. I think the cover looks pretty good. I'll say that. It was a recreation of the iconic Michael Jordan photo outside of the city skyline of Chicago. Um, but like, yeah, I just don't. I don't know why we do it so early. I think it's maybe just like a kind of like a stock thing. Like, oh, he's great now. We expect him to be better, so it'll be a better thing to look at in the future. But again, uh, it looks cool, but I don't know why they do it so early for him.
I think you just have to hope that, he doesn't fall into the Madden curse.
Yeah. But I will have to say this: if you look at the last few quarterbacks that have been on the Madden cover, they've not been cursed too badly. Like
Okay.
especially Josh. You look at Josh Allen. He wasn't cursed the year he was 2024. You look at 2020 with Mahomes. He won his first Super Bowl. Um, you look at Tom Brady, Mahomes on the cover. I think that was right after they won the Super Bowl. So yeah, it doesn't seem like it's as bad as on quarterbacks right now, but still something to watch out. But I think if anyone could break the curse, it's my boy Caleb Williams.
There
So
you go.
uh, I guess we're just gonna have to see on that.
All right, so now we're going to hop into my game segment. So today we're going to play the game How Many Are Better. So I'm going to give a name of one NBA player, and you're going to say, we're going to go back and forth of how many players we think is better than this player.
Alrighty.
Okay, so the player that we are going to go with is Donovan Mitchell.
So do you just want me to start naming players that I think are better, or do you want me to give me a number of how many
You
players
give
I
me
can
a
say are better?
number, and then I'll bet, and then until you think that you can't name any more, then that's when you
I
cut
would,
it off and say you can't do that.
I could say 12.
You can name 12.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll let you name 12.
Really? You don't? Okay. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Jokic,
Yes.
Giannis,
Yes.
Luka Doncic,
Yes.
SGA,
Yes.
Wemby.
Yes.
I would go with thinking I'd say Kevin Durant.
Currently,
I
currently, I
don't
would
know.
not give you Kevin Durant
Okay,
over
fine. No, that's fine.
over
I'll
Donovan
do
Mitchell currently. No.
Jalen Brown,
Jalen Brown, yeah.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham, yes.
I would take. I could take maybe. I'd take Jason Tatum. If you're saying right now, I know he was hurt, but
Healthy
you still have
Tatum,
to.
yes.
Jalen Brunson.
Ob- Obviously,
I
we'll get to
know.
him later.
I was gonna say. I would say. I want to say Tyrese Maxey, but I don't know if I could say that.
I wouldn't give you Tyrese
Yeah.
Maxey.
Um.
I'll give you if you want one. I'll give you one to you.
No,
Who you're missing?
I got this. I could. I'm gonna try to think. I'm thinking. Did I say Wemby already? I said Wemby, right?
Yep,
Okay, good. Just making sure.
you're at 9 right now. You have
Ant.
12
I'd say Ant.
ants. That was the one I was going to give you.
100%. Yeah. Uh, I'm gonna go. Are you gonna say LeBron or no? Like, how are we thinking about this?
No,
No. Okay. I didn't
not
know.
currently.
Okay.
I mean,
Uh.
all time it's not even close, but
Oh yeah.
currently no.
Um. I think East now. I could say. I don't want to say Paulo. Like, because if you look at an overall game, like, I don't know.
Paulo
He's
is. I think
he's,
Paulo and Donovan
he's
Mitchell are
definitely good.
close, but I'd
Yeah.
personally give it to Mitchell.
No, I agree. That you kind of got me stumped. I think 12 is a good number, but I think I could think of two more people. Uh, I just have to kind of like go through them right now. I'm trying to go through the all NBA teams. Like, I'm not gonna put Chet. Like,
Chet, no.
I know.
Chet is
I'm
not
just
better.
running through them because like because Donovan Mitchell's such a good scorer. Um, but I'm trying to think of players that can maybe like have a better overall game. Um,
I'll give you one that I think is close
what do
that
you
you're
think?
missing from first team.
Who?
I think Kawhi is definitely
Oh,
better currently.
Kawhi. He was on the first team?
Kawhi? No,
NBA?
no, he wasn't on the first team. He was on my. I thought he should have been on first team.
Yeah,
Kawhi
no,
had a
okay.
phenomenal year.
100%. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll
No,
definitely
I
put
think
him.
Kawhi defensively and just offensively had a better year than Mitchell overall. Even though I think it's close. I mean, I think there's a debate either way. I think Paulo, there's a debate, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, yeah.
So that's 11. One more. I could think of one more. I would say maybe one more would be. Hold on. I need to think of NBA teams first. So I don't want to say Cat, but um
Yeah, I wouldn't give you Cat. As
yeah.
much as I'm a Knicks
As
fan.
much as you love
I
um
mean, as much as I love Pride Month Cat, I don't think that.
would you you wouldn't no, I would not take Steph. I don't think he's no. Uh
Honestly, I think what we have is probably the most you're gonna get.
no, I think I could think of one more. I could definitely think of one more.
I think
Uh
Maxi's close, but he's not.
yeah. I feel like they're very similar player types in my opinion. Like
I think there's a debate for maybe. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, never mind. I wasn't even gonna say that one. But I think that what you have is the most you're gonna get personally.
I think I could get one more. I could definitely get one more, I think. Would you say Joel Embiid? Well, actually, no. Not right now.
I
I
think
don't,
a
but it's
healthy Embiid, yes.
that's what I'm
I think if we're
saying.
talking
Like,
about just last season, no.
yeah,
But I think Embiid, when he's completely healthy, I mean, obviously, like we've seen, can be a top three player in the NBA, but he just can't keep that consistently.
yeah, I know. I could, because Donovan Mitchell did make second team too. I feel like, yeah, I don't know if I could really do any more. I think he got me there.
Okay.
But I said it at a good number. I'll say that, you know.
When you had said 12, the line that I had for myself was I was gonna go to 10. So I was
Okay.
like, I think 12 was a little high off for it. But you know what? I respect it, and you did a good job. So now staying on the basketball trend, we saw game one of the NBA Finals on, hold up, Wednesday night. Almost forgot what day it was. And
Yeah.
obviously, we have game two tonight back in San Antonio. Not like wasn't last time,
Go
but
back
we're
and
still in San
push.
Antonio.
Yeah.
So Knicks won 105 to 95 and are leading the series 1-0. We saw Jalen Brunson have a 31-point performance. We saw Josh Hart with one of the craziest stat lines of all time, straight hustle. 3 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, on a block. We saw Karl Anthony Towns have 24 and 15. And then obviously on the Spurs side, we had Wembanyama have 28, 12, and 4. And I think it's just we saw Dylan Harper kind of have a very hot early start, especially for somebody who's a 20-year-old. I mean, this guy was playing phenomenal. And then we also saw, Stephon Castle have a relatively solid scoring performance with 17, 8, and 3.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be an exciting game too tonight. I mean, it was pretty much close the entire game until like the tiny very end where Knicks got on a little bit of a run.
And I
And
said Cat stats wrong. He only had 18, but still.
uh, it's okay. Um, Cat, hey, but talk about Cat. He did great defending Wemby or whenever he was on the
I think
court.
Cat and Mitchell Robinson are the Knicks' keys to the series.
Yeah,
And I think if they can do what they did to Wembanyama last game, they are going to win this series. I mean, they held him to 6 for 21, 28.6% shooting, 2 for 9 from 3. I mean, obviously, Victor was a bit of a free throw merchant for his points.
yeah.
He had
But I will
12.
say he did get hacked a little bit around. Like it wasn't all. It
You were
wasn't
not
all.
watching the game if you
I
take
watched.
that.
I watched the game. I'm
You
not
were
saying.
not watching.
I'm not
If
saying
you
he was
thought that
always
the
hacked.
refing in that game was fair, then you
No,
were
I'm not
not
saying that
watching
at
the game.
all. I'm saying not everyone was a flop.
No,
I'm
not
saying
all
he
of
was
them were
definitely getting
flops.
hacked too. Like
I'll
I
say
think people.
Brunson flops, but
Yeah,
Wemby was flopping a
he
lot
was
more.
flopping a bit, but I will say some of them were actual hacks at him.
Are we going to talk about how they Spurs somehow overturned a call to make it a offensive foul on Karl Anthony Towns
I did see
for
that. Yeah,
getting absolutely harassed by Victor Wembanyama? I
yeah,
mean, he had his arm on his shoulder, but Anyway, I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm gonna be a
yeah.
little bit
You were
biased.
a
If
little.
a, more than a little bit biased, but overall, I mean, I mean, the one of the best play, like again, something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson were two of the best players on the court. I mean, Mitchell Robinson had a minus in plus minus, but I think him bumping Wemby and playing physical with him. I mean, he only had 2.6 rebounds. Obviously, Hart only had 3 points. But then he also had out rebound Wemby, 6'4",
Yeah,
by the way. He had 6 assists, 4 steals, which I think almost all of which were on Wemby. Because Wemby had, I think, 6 turnovers this game
yeah,
and a block. And then I think that kind of hustle and like tenacity against Wembanyama is kind of what got him a little rattled this first game of playing because Chet was not bumping Wemby.
yeah.
Chet did not give him any physicality.
That was
I
scary.
think something you have to remember: the Knicks have three people who outweigh Wemby:
Yeah,
OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, and Mitchell Robinson. And I think if they have those guys bump Wemby a little bit and kind of, make him have that physicality he didn't have during the OKC series, it's going to make him, have a little bit more of a struggles. Also, I think seeing Cat go downhill on Wemby is something that they're going to have to find out how to stop because
yeah,
Cat is obviously a bigger guy than Wemby. He's more I mean, he's obviously more muscular. He's a bigger, like more compact person. That I mean, Wemby is going to have to find a way to stop because if Wemby is on the perimeter and Cat's going downhill on him, he's not going to be able to stop that.
yeah. But I will say this though. I know you say Cat went downhill, but I will also say watching the game, the Knicks shooting in the clutch helped them a lot. You saw them a lot of times, not just Cat, not Cat, but the other players. They drive toward the basket where Wemby is. They literally had to pass it out, and it's not because they because Cat's more physical. He could handle Wemby in the paint a little bit better. But I'm not saying like Cat didn't put up 20 or whatever. But like they because they're shooting so well, that's a big reason why they're able to win these games. And because I was watching especially like I was watching Josh Hart a lot. He would drive and then when we right in front of him, he just passed it out like a foot under the basket because you can't really stop him. But that's the thing with the Knicks shooting because they're able to shoot so well, especially when they were like kind of down 13 in the third. They were able to shoot their way out because Wemby would be in the paint. And that's something that Wemby struggled with last night. He was not, or 2 days ago, he was not shooting well from three or from the field. Um, and that's what the Knicks took advantage of because they were able to do it well themselves.
I mean, if you
And
look, the Knicks really didn't shoot well. I think
yeah,
that's something that a lot of people are kind of getting skewed about. Like the Knicks shot 41%, which is obviously decent. I mean, they shot 30% from three. I think it's a little bit skewed for the Spurs because they shot so many. Like the Spurs were just chucking up a lot of threes.
yeah,
So I think they have a lower percentage based off of bulk volume. But I think the Knicks, what they did well was, first off, going at the young guards. Because I
yeah,
think when you, like Brunson, especially Brunson, I think Bridges needs to get a little bit better at this. And then whenever they had a younger guard on them and take it a little bit slower against them, they can win those matchups.
yeah,
When the Spurs were having, I mean, they are wanting the Knicks to play fast pace, and I think that's what they were able to force them to do in that first quarter was get them to play at their speed. Because I
yeah.
think the Spurs want the Knicks to be faster. Because as young guys, that's what they want to do. They want to play that fast paced game. But I think
Mhm.
if the Knicks can slow it down on them and kind of play their way, develop their game, then I think that's something that's going to really hurt the Spurs in the long term, isn't having that. And obviously, I think Wembanyama, like you said, in the paint, obviously, was forcing a lot of tough shots. He's the best defender, like maybe the league has ever seen. However, offensively, he was not how he should be. If the Spurs are going to win, they need to see him step up offensively. And if he doesn't do that, the Spurs are not going to be able to win. Like the way that he played, like he's not going to get every call like he did. I mean, as many calls as he did. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say every call. I'm not gonna.
Not every call.
I
I
mean,
take
he did get. I mean, out of 26 points, he had 12 off free throws,
yeah,
and I think, I mean, it was ended up being 18 free throws to 25 at the end of the game.
yeah,
By the way, at halftime, it was almost 16 to 2 to 3, which is pretty atrocious. I mean, Scott Foster really trying to,
Scott Foster,
really loves the Spurs. He's a Spurs sexual, some
no,
may say.
he's just an extender.
Yeah,
But
I
you
mean,
can't extend a game one.
but I think if you look at it, I think the main keys to the game are this upcoming game for both teams are going to be, can Wembanyama actually carry enough offensive load to
Mhm.
go up against the Knicks' deep roster? Because the
They sh-
Knicks' depth really showed up, and that's something that the Spurs' depth really didn't do. I
mhm.
think if you see, I mean, you had maybe Vassell come off the bench a little bit and play,
Yeah,
and
he
Dylan
held them
Harper,
down.
obviously. Those are the two guys coming off the bench. Cornette did not have a good game. I love Cornette, didn't play well.
Yeah,
Harrison Barnes did not play well. De'Aaron Fox, as a starting point guard, did not play
he
well.
struggled. Yeah,
Carter Bryant did not play well. But then if you look at the Knicks, Landry Shamet, shooting phenomenal. Obviously, he didn't really do much defensively and on the other sides. Deuce McBride, 6-1-4. I think you saw Alvarado, especially when Brunson got hurt, really step up into that role. And I think those are the kind of players that you need to have to see if that depth can be enough. Because Wembanyama really needs to step off that load.
yeah.
Can Brunson continue his dominance in the playoffs, or will the Spurs adjust against him? And I think the most important matchup, though, is obviously going to be the Towns Wembanyama Towns Robinson matchup of just seeing are they going to be able to keep up what they did on both sides? So Knicks, can they keep up the defensive prowess against Wembanyama? Wembanyama, can he start scoring and actually, carry a little bit of the offensive load?
Yeah. And I think a big thing if Cat wants to do better, obviously he did great. Um, Maybe force Wemby to follow him better, more. Obviously we like him driving to the paint, but try to do it more to where Wemby is forced to have to hack at you. I think that could actually kind of make Wembanyama more
Are you saying
frustrated.
the flop?
No, I'm saying go at Wemby more. Because Wemby he will pick up fouls easily if you keep going at him.
I think that's something that the Knicks did not do well. I think Josh Hart was the only one you really saw actually go at Wemby early on. And
Yeah,
then
but he also
obviously,
pass it out too though. Like
well, yeah. And I think one thing that Cat can do is he didn't shoot three very well this last game. If he's able to get Wembanyama out at the perimeter from him making a couple of threes, then maybe then that means the Knicks could pass around and then get some quick drives in and get past Wemby.
uh-huh. Absolutely. I
And shout
agree.
out to Jeremy Sohan, already has a ring.
Yep.
Good for you.
Yeah, doesn't even have to play either. Um, yeah, and like you said, that Knicks depth is very effective, and I think it's not that the Spurs don't have depth, it's just like their depth has no experience in the playoffs at all.
Their depth really just
You,
hasn't. I mean,
you
Fournette
can
has
definitely see
experience
the
in the playoffs.
nerves. Yeah, but
Barnes has experience in the playoffs. I mean, Keldon Johnson is the sixth man of the year, and he really did nothing. I mean, I
yeah,
think he had maybe 1 3, possibly.
yeah.
I think that's something for the Spurs is they have to have if their depth does not show up, they cannot win.
When Wemby's
It's,
off the court, they do not play that
and I
great.
think that's something that if they don't have Wemby on the court, Wemby can't play all 48 minutes.
Mhm.
So it's about who can have those times. And I think Dylan Harper showed that he did for a little bit. It's just can he keep that up?
And what really unfortunate about that is that I think the Spurs need to manage the minutes better because they only had him in for 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. Dylan Harper, who was relatively hot, like in that game
Agreed.
as a whole. So
I
I
think
think
Mitch
they should have,
Johnson
if
shows a
anything,
little bit of his inexperience.
yeah. And if anything, in that situation, as much as he'd probably not want to do it, I'd in that game situation, I'd take out Fox and put Harper in because Fox is having a rough night. And if
Obviously,
Dylan
Fox is the
Harper,
veteran who has more experience, but I
but
100%
even
agree.
Dylan Harper defensively had a better impact as well. So I think when you have a guy that's having arguably the best shooting night for the Spurs that day, and then also being able to do it on the defensive end efficiently, that's a guy you just have to put in regardless of experience. It's whoever could make an impact now because they're doing great and it's being shown.
Agreed. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think it's gonna be an exciting game tonight. Um, I think it'll be close again. I don't see this
Well,
being
I think all these games should be close.
like
I
we've seen
doubt
them
if
just
it's a blowout
blow
by
out
either team.
teams. I know the Knicks won by 10, but it's not you can't look at the
They
scoreboard
won
and
by
just
10, but it was a much closer game than
they were down the
showed.
majority of the game. You
I mean,
know?
I think the thing is, a lot of times when people win by 10, like the Knicks had some, free throws at the end. I
Yeah.
think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was more like a 5 to 6 point win, if we're being completely honest
Uh-huh.
like without actually putting in the, you know, getting intentionally fouled points. I mean, and I think it was into the fourth quarter, like Knicks were like right there, like it was neck and neck. And
Yeah.
I think obviously Brunson had the dagger, but I think it's a little bit of who's going to be able to come up in those games. I think that one thing is the Knicks that I was worried about. Knicks did show they can win close games
Yeah.
because I think Knicks haven't had a close game in a bit in the playoffs. I mean, they've blown out teams throughout all of the East. And obviously, the West has been very close, but I think just going to be half the show. So I think we'll figure that out tonight. But we're
Absolutely.
going to be moving into our final segment now,
Absolutely. Best one.
which is going to be another spin the wheel. But in this case, what we're going to do is try to build the greatest player of all time. So we're going to do based off of certain categories, such as build, which is going to be height and weight. And then we're going to go with shooting. We're going to have post game. We're going to have handles. We're going to have perimeter and paint D, driving, which is like their slashing ability, hustle, which just means are they actually going to play hard, athleticism. Well, actually, I guess we'll put hustle and athleticism together. We'll do that. And then clutch factor. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay.
All right. So are we doing this together, like working together on this?
I think we could do either way. Do you want to work together or do you want to make your own player?
I don't care. You can put the
I think we
ultimate
can make
Broadway
I think
belt.
we make our own. What we do though is we're going to do the same teams. So,
Okay.
what's going to happen is we're going to do a snake draft. Jack, do you want first or second pick?
I'll go. I'll go second.
Okay, so I get first pick, Jack gets the double. So,
Are we repeat players?
we're doing no repeats. Okay, so that's probably good that Jack did not want that. Brooklyn Nets. I am going to go with Kyrie handles.
Okay, so we're doing all time, not current.
Yes, sorry, we're going all time. I forgot to say that.
You good?
And you know what? We'll do only
Okay.
teams once. I think that'll be fun.
Only teams once.
So I'll eliminate this team once we use them.
Okay. All right, give me my team here.
No, you pick from the Nets.
Oh,
That's
I did too.
we both pick.
Ugh. Um, we're gonna do Katie's shooting.
KD shooting. Okay. We eliminated the Nets. Next pick, Jack, you're gonna have the first pick in this next one. Woohoo!
Okay, so I can go. Ooh, I can go. You, man. There. Mmm. I could go so many ways with this. Um, kind of thinking a couple different things here. I'm thinking like I could do more recent with like Brunson's driving or clutch, or I could do Ewing's build, but I don't know. I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna do Brunson's driving ability. Keep
Okay,
being
so
able.
that does include his dunk package, by the way. But
Okay, wait, hold on. That wasn't established on the driving
well, no,
part.
I said driving and
Oh,
slashing.
I didn't
So,
know that. I thought it was
well,
just like being able to get
no,
into the paint. Not okay.
no, that's like their driving and like their slashing game. So that includes like so for Brunson, I would be having crazy
Yeah,
layups.
okay.
And
Then I'm gonna do his clutch then.
okay, you get Brunson's clutch. I will be going with Patrick Ewing's post game.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I just think there's better players that can
Actually,
do.
you know what? I'm gonna go Patrick Ewing. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go. No, we'll go post game. I like post game.
Okay.
Okay,
So I get
so
the next one too here.
next one, we're eliminating the Knicks. Spin wheel. Let's see. So yes, you now get the back-to-back pick, first pick. So the Utah Jazz.
Uh, dang. Okay. Well, I was gonna do Stockton's passing, but that's not an option.
Oh yeah, we don't have passing.
That's
We can
fine.
add passing. You want to
No,
add passing?
it's fine. Trying to think. Hmm. That's a tough one. I feel like from what I have, I could. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Carmelone's build.
Okay.
Very muscular guy. He's not too big or too small, so like he wouldn't have problems with like being too slow or anything.
I
Or
know he is an absolute unit.
yeah,
He's big. He was like 8% body fat.
yeah,
I will go perimeter D of John Stockton. So my boy's going to be an absolute steel demon.
yeah. That's good.
All right, eliminate the Utah Jazz. So now I get the double pick. San Antonio Spurs. I will be going Victor Wembanyama paint defense.
Yeah, I think that's just no question about that.
I could have gone his build, but I think hold up. You know what? I already went paint. I'm not going to change it. I could have gone build, but I already said it.
okay. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I might go with another player's paint defense, not Victor Wembanyama. I think I might go Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson?
Wait, no,
Oh,
sorry. Jeez.
holy.
Hold on. I'm tripping. No, 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 no. That's not a
Yo,
two.
it's chalked. It's chalked.
Nah, hold on. No, no,
But see, if Duncan Robinson played for the Spurs, you have to pick him. Dang,
no.
he has
I'm
not
not.
played for the
That's
Spurs.
not who I'm talking about.
David Robinson.
David Robinson.
If Duncan Robinson played for the Spurs, you actually would have sold this
I
draft.
would have been dead. Yeah, I did what? Yeah, no. David Robinson paint.
Alright, that's a good pick.
I don't know why. I thought Tim Duncan and David Robinson at the same time, and I just said both.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Ooh,
You know what? I'm gonna go with Zion athleticism.
that doesn't look like an option on mine.
What do you mean?
Athleticism's not on the thing.
Yes, it is.
It's build, shooting, post game handles, perimeter D, paint D, driving, hustle, clutch.
I literally have athleticism on here.
I don't see it. So now we
Yeah.
just add stuff. Okay.
I genuinely no, like I'll send you a picture. I know
I
it's literally
printed
on
it
there.
out, dude. I printed it out.
I'm sending you a picture. It's literally on there.
Oh my gosh.
Like you can
I,
look.
when did you have this? Like right when it started?
Okay, well no, no. If it's not on there, that's chill. I won't do that one then. I'll go Zion build
Yeah. That's a great one. Okay.
because
Uh,
you know what? If you don't see athleticism, that's chill. We'll go. What do you have on there?
build, shooting, post game, handles, perimeter D, paint D, driving, hustle, and clutch.
Okay, we'll do hustle as the athleticism one, but we'll
Okay.
include that for next time.
Um,
I'll take Zion build.
I'm gonna take. This is an interesting one. I want to because you took the one guy I could maybe think. I'm thinking Chris Paul here. I just don't know what I want to do with him. Um, cause like I don't know. Like I don't know if his perimeter D's that great. Um, just steals, but you know, we're not saying athleticism's hustle like for this one, right? We're saying
Yeah, we're
hustle.
saying like hustle slash athleticism. Yeah.
Okay. Man, yeah, this is kind of a dumb one.
Should
I
we just
guess
do hustle? All right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna do Chris Paul's just straight up hustle. Not
Okay.
necessarily his athleticism, but his like hustle, his effort. He gets
Sounds
down
good.
up that court like a buddy boy. All right, you're spin that wheel.
Okay. So you went Chris Paul hustle. Sounds
Yes.
good. Let's go. He's not the most athletic guy, but you know it's okay.
His hustle's good though. There.
Denver Nuggets.
Is that my pick?
You are in fact having the first pick.
Yeah. So my options are just not great for this one. I feel like I want Jokic. I just don't know what to put him down because I only have my post game handles, perimeter D, and driving. But I feel like there's so many guys that are better at post game. I don't know.
There is a. Do you have Paint D still? No, you don't.
No.
I was gonna say because you have Mutombo, possibly.
Yeah. Mm.
I know. I mean, I know my pick.
Well, no, because then what if I want it?
I know. That's why I'm waiting.
Thinking. You know what? We're gonna do Allen Iverson handles.
That's a phenomenal pick. I'm actually going to go with Aaron Gordon hustle slash athleticism.
That's good. You didn't want to do it for driving?
No,
Okay.
because his overall driving is not great. It's
His
just
dunk, his dunk.
his dunk package is insane. But all right, Jack, this is what's left?
Ooh. Yep. My pick. Yeah, we're gonna take LeBron's driving.
Okay. LeBron driving. That's a phenomenal pick. I'm going to go Ray Allen shooting.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
All right, I think so. Now Heat are off the board. So now that was your double pick. So now I have the final two first picks.
Ooh.
I will be going Giannis Antetokounmpo driving.
We're gonna go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's post game.
All right, so now I only have clutch left. What do you have left?
Perimeter D.
All right, let's see. Give me the Bulls. Give me the Bulls. I will take Stephen Curry clutch.
Yeah, what
I
the
might have just made the greatest player of all time.
you didn't, but it's okay.
No, I mean it's not even close.
Perimeter D. I don't. Uh, I
Just
don't.
take Clay and be happy with it.
Nah.
Just take Clay.
No.
You've already picked Durant for something, so
I know. Uh, I don't know.
you got chalked, buddy. Just
No, I haven't think of one.
I was
Um,
gonna say like
let's.
Chris Mullin perimeter D.
You know what? I think I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna do Jimmy Butler or Draymond Green. I could do one of the two. I
I
think
want Draymond.
what? What'd you say, buddy?
I'd take Jimmy if I were you.
Nah, because you want me to suck.
I don't want you to suck.
I think
You get Draymond Green temperament.
yeah. I think I'll do Jimmy. I guess that's the
Okay.
best
So
option.
now we are going to go. We're going to determine who we think has the better player all time. So
All right, we go down the
for
list here.
me, I have Zion build, Ray Allen shooting, Patrick Ewing post game, Kyrie handles, Stockton perimeter defense, Wembanyama paint defense, Giannis driving, Curry clutch, Aaron Gordon athleticism and hustle.
Okay, I have Carmelone's build,
Ooh,
KD's shooting,
ooh,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's post game,
ugh,
Allen Iverson's handles,
ugh.
perimeter deep by Jimmy Butler,
Yikes.
paint D David Robinson, driving LeBron, hustle Chris Paul, hustle not athleticism, hustle, and Brunson's clutch.
So obviously, I think it's pretty clear who wins here.
It's
We'll
not
let y'all
though.
comment, but like it's
No,
pretty
because
clear.
here's the thing.
Zion,
My shooting overall package is better. Overall package across the entire court. You have great 3-point shooting, but if
yeah,
you're
but if
talking
my
about
build is
interior,
Zion, I'm really not gonna be
my build's
like
Karl Malone.
yeah. So like, why do you don't need
You
any
know
like
Zion got fat, right?
dude prime Zion build is insane.
uh,
Plus, okay, Ray Allen, you're draining every single three. You're a stretch big
KD,
man.
you're shooting threes and the
You're
interior.
bricking threes is what you're doing with KD.
What are you talking about?
And then okay, Ewing, one of the best. I mean, okay, you have Kareem, so I'm not gonna say that
Yeah,
actually. I'll
yeah.
say
Handles
Kyrie.
are even.
Kyrie probably. I mean, Kyrie's AI two best handles of all time.
It's
Perimeter
yeah,
defense, Stockton. It's
yeah.
not even
In
close. He's
terms of
better.
actual takeaways, Stockton, in terms of like stopping maybe Butler because of his size, but yeah, in
Well, no, no,
terms of
no.
like
But his size
stealing the
doesn't matter
ball.
now because we have different builds.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that's fine. I'm saying more
Like
like
Stockton,
Stockton would
right?
get more steals, yeah.
Yeah.
More
Then
steals, yeah.
Wembanyama. So we're basically a quadruple double unit right now.
Yeah, sure.
And then driving Giannis. I should have taken Wembanyama's build.
Here's the
I
thing.
should have.
You have Giannis, you still don't have his build, you just have his driving ability.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
LeBron is pretty dominant at the rim. I'm just gonna say that.
I mean, I think it's pretty close. Anyway, so that's going to be the episode today. Thank you for everyone who tuning in. We will
Yeah,
see you hopefully next week, depending on our
well, we'll
schedules.
see. Because we said that
All right.
last time. It did not happen.
See ya.